Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. So I'm on vacation, which explains the completely different background, but the first day we got here and I sat down to put my makeup on, I realized that I left all my brushes sitting on the counter in Indiana where they're completely not useful. So that leaves me with two options for applying makeup today, which are my beauty blender and this powder brush that I borrowed from my mom's makeup bag. She's not here right now to see that I took it, and she will find out that I used this once this video goes up. Sorry mom, I borrowed your stuff. But even though past me was dumb enough to leave all of my brushes sitting on the counter at home, I also remembered my favorite cream products. So I thought I'd do a super quick, super informal, glowy makeup tutorial since A, it's my only option short of going to the Ulta down the street and buying new brushes. And also I wanted to do a tutorial that's not really focused on some colorful eye look and more of like a glowy, easy, get ready with me kind of video. Alright guys, let's go ahead and jump right on into it. So quick disclaimer, this is probably going to be the shortest thing I've ever filmed because this look is that quick and easy. So the first two products that I'm going to be using are the IT Cosmetics Your Skin But Better CC Cream in Light and the Becca Cosmetics Backlit Priming Filter. And I'm going to be mixing these two together, so I'm going to take a pump of this on the back of my hand and about a pump and a half of the IT Cosmetics CC Cream. And with a damp beauty blender, I'm just going to go right into the two of those and start in the center of my face and work outward just like I would with my regular foundation. I really like the CC cream because even though it says full coverage, you can make it sheer, and I do like to sheer it out with the Becca priming filter. When I'm in Florida right now, and whenever I'm in Florida, I always get just a little bit darker, so these two together don't make me look like a completely different shade than my neck. And I forgot to mention too that I have already primed the hydrating oil as well as a moisturizer. And these two products, when they're mixed together, make me look super dewy and glowy, which is my favorite Florida look. I'm not going to be using a whole lot of powder for this look, if at all, just because I want this to be a dewier, glowier look. And for my brows, I'm not going to be doing anything super special. I just want to kind of fill them out a little bit so they're a little less sparse. But I'm going to be using the new Furrowcious brow pencil from the Balm, and this is in the shade Light Brown. And I got these brow pencils in the mail about a week before I left, so I've been using them for about a week just to try them out. I haven't been really in the mood to like go all out with my brows lately. I'm kind of loving that the more bushy brow is back in, and like we're kind of moving away from the structured brow, or at least I think we're moving away from the more structured brow. I could be wrong about that. Because as much as I love to carve my brows out, I feel like that's so much work and this is just so much easier. I feel like with some brow pencils you kind of have to fight to get the product on the way you want it to. Like the Precisely My Brow, for some reason with me, it starts to get almost waxy and doesn't want to move around and wants to kind of get stuck in one place. This brow pencil glides on effortlessly and I love it. I truly feel like I'm starting to move away from dip brow from my everyday brow product and going more towards pencils just because they're so much faster. Dip brow is fantastic and those pomades are great, but I really just do not have the time to do my brows like that anymore. I love a good structured brow if I'm gonna go out at night and I just want that look, but for every day this is just so much easier. And also I'm taking a big step away from Instagram world to focus on, you know, doing more YouTube content and also getting back into photography. So I don't really feel pressured to keep doing that for every look anymore, if that makes sense. I feel like with Instagram you're kind of pressured to keep up with the trends because that's just kind of what you do, but I don't know anybody in real life who has time to carve out their brows every day. Like, let's be real. And to set my brows, I'm going to take the Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter, and I want my brows to have a nice bushy look to them, so I am taking that brow setter and brushing my brows upwards and outwards. I'm going to completely own the fact that I haven't had my brows done in months and I forgot tweezers on this trip. My brows are kind of messy and I've got nothing to hide. For concealer, I'm going to use the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in Light. And I'm just going to hit all the usual areas with that. Especially under my eyes. And some on my forehead. And I'm going to use the same beauty blender that I used with my foundation to blend that out. This is a little bit lighter of a concealer than I'd like to be using, but it's the only one I have right now because I'm waiting on my Urban Decay concealer to come in the mail. And I've been trying to use a concealer that's closer to my skin tone and not super, super light. For my day-to-day makeup, I've been using a lot more creams and liquids for my blushes and highlighters. This is my favorite liquid blush right now, and this is the liquid NARS Orgasm blush. I really like how this looks on my skin. It gives my face a really nice natural flush look without being too pink. And when I use a beauty blender to pat it into my face, it doesn't look like it's just sitting on top, and it blends out really nicely. And for this blush, a tiny bit goes a long way, so I'm taking less than half a pump of that on the back of my hand. And with my finger, I'm just patting that where I would typically put my blush. And that looks super pink when it's just sitting there, but when you take your beauty blender and blend it out, it blends into everything really well. And it doesn't have like glitter in it the way that the powder blush does, but it has a really nice shimmer to it also. This just gives a really nice sun-kissed glow without looking too pink or too sunburned. For my highlight, I'm going to be using the Benefit High Beam Liquid Highlighter. And since this has only touched my face, I'm going to be using it straight out of the container with the applicator. But I am just taking that and putting it where I would normally put my highlighter. And put a tiny little bit on my nose and on the bridge of my nose as well. And on my upper lip, that was way too much, and on my chin. And again, with the same beauty blender, I'm just going to blend that all out. And I want my skin to look as glowy as possible and not matte at all, so I'm not going to really set any of this. And finally, for the one powder product in this entire look, I am going to take the Anastasia Beverly Hills bronzer in the shade Rosewood. And using the brush that I stole out of my mom's makeup bag, I am just going to bronze up my face. And now I'm going to use my finger and use the ColourPop Flexitarian Super Shock Highlighter. And I'm just putting that on my lid. And I'm not even priming because we are doing the absolute bare minimum today. And I'm also going to put a little bit of that right underneath my brow bone. I brought lashes, but I'm not in the mood to put them on, so I'm not going to. But instead of lashes, I'm just going to throw on some Roller Lash from Benefit, which is the best mascara ever. I think the only thing that I would have liked to have had for this tutorial is a lighter eye pencil to put my waterline just to wake my eyes up a little bit, but that's okay. And I am throwing this on the top and the bottom lashes. And my mom took off with my Fenty gloss, but have no fear, I did bring a backup. And I am going to use this absolutely ancient Anastasia Beverly Hills gloss in bronzed. This even has the black cap and everything. Like, this is so old, but it's my favorite Anastasia gloss. Alright everybody, and this is the finished look. Thank you for joining me in this super informal, I forgot all of my brushes at home makeup tutorial. This is probably the quickest makeup tutorial I have ever done in my life. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.